Hey y'all, tonight we're gonna make homemade sloppy joes. I'm gonna start out first by browning this hamburger meat right here. And once it's browned, I'm gonna remove it from this pan, and then I'm gonna add in about a half a cup of diced green bell pepper and a half a cup of diced onions. So we're gonna go ahead and get this browned up and then move on to that step. Okay y'all, now I'm gonna take this meat, I'm gonna remove it from the pan, and then I'm gonna get a tablespoon of butter, and I will be right back. Okay, now I'm gonna add, this might be a little over a tablespoon, but I'm gonna go ahead and add what I have right here to my pan. Now let these kind of stir it a little bit. Let these cook for a couple minutes, and then stir them again for a few more minutes, and then we'll start adding more stuff to the pan. I will link the recipe that I'm using down in the description box below. Okay y'all, these have been cooking. They've started kind of browning and softening, so we're going to add back in our meat. And now we're going to add in some other ingredients. We're going to add in 1 clove of minced garlic. And then we're going to add also 3/4 of a cup of ketchup. And I'm also going to add in 2 teaspoons of mustard. 2 tablespoons, sorry about the TV, my daughter's watching TV. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We also need to add about 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper and about the same amount of salt. And I'm making tea back here. I'm going to turn this down a little. I'm just going to kind of let this all mix, and then it's almost ready. Okay, y'all. Got it all. I think it's all mixed. I think the sugar is now kind of melted in or whatever. And it smells good. So, we're going to serve this up in just a minute with some cheese on some hamburger buns, and that's supper. I used all the ketchup in this. I didn't realize it was almost out because I was going to make fries, but since we have no ketchup, I'm not making fries. We'll have chips. So, easy supper tonight.
Morning.
Adrian. Hey, Beatty. Hey, Adrian, how do you like the sloppy joes?
Good.
Good? Okay.
Good.
Bryce, how do you like them? Do they taste pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
And Courtney, are these pretty good?
I'm sleepy.
Okay, but are they good? Alrighty. Well, I thought they were really good too. And they were pretty easy, and everything that it called for, you probably have on hand in your pantry.
Take my bracelet.
Alrighty. Hey y'all, tonight we are going to heat up this Salsa Verde chicken that I made a couple days ago. Actually, it was in last week's What's for Dinner, so if you want that recipe, just go back and look at last week's What's for Dinner. But anyways, I am warming this up, and I'm going to make some quesadillas out of it. And I'm going to actually use my little crepe maker that I showed y'all in the week before's What's for Dinner. So I'm going to heat this up, and then we're going to make some quesadillas. Okay y'all, I have this crepe maker that I was sent. I actually showed this a couple of What's for Dinners ago. And we are going to use it to make some quesadillas. So I have the chicken from the other day, the Salsa Verde chicken, warmed up. And then I have some I have some flour tortillas and some cheese and some picante sauce. And we're going to make up some quesadillas. Okay, I'm going to start out And I have these big flour tortillas. So we're going to get that, and then we're going to put the chicken, some of the chicken in here. And I have this triple cheddar cheese. Courtney tore the bag open. So I'm going to use what's left of it. And on this one, I think I'm just going to do the cheese and the chicken. I'm going to do some with pecani sauce in it. But we're going to... I'm going to try this the first time without spraying this. And we're going to set this on the quesadilla maker. Or not the quesadilla, sorry, the crepe maker. And we're going to let it cook. Now I have some chicken, some cheese, and I'm going to put some of this pecani sauce on this one. These would probably be good with some vegetables, like some bell pepper, onions, or whatever, but I didn't want to do all that tonight, so we will get this one ready now. Let's flip back around, and I'm going to see how this one's doing. Well, it's not really, I'm going to turn it up on high because it didn't really toast as much as I wanted. So I have all the way up on high. So I will come back in just a second and show y'all. Okay, now let's flip it one more time. Oh yeah, now it's going. Okay, now let's see how the other side is. Maybe just a little bit longer on that side. Actually, I think I can go ahead and put one more on here. So, this is not only a crepe maker, but you can make quesadillas on it. Pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to cut these with my pizza cutter. Okay, y'all. Here it is. They're done. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this one. And we'll set these. We're just eating these. We have some leftover rice and like with sour cream, salsa, whatever you like. Pretty easy. Hey y'all. Tonight I'm gonna be making a couple of things. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make some pinto beans in my Instant Pot, and I'm using a recipe from my mother-in-law. I'm going to start out, I've got 2 jalapeno peppers that I seeded and I kind of quartered them, and I'm going to put them inside of my little chopper thing, and I always forget which direction is the easiest to put them in there. So anyways, I'm going to start dicing these up, and then I also have a small onion, and I'm going to dice it up. I have my Instant Pot right here. I have 1 pound of pinto beans that I have sorted through and cleaned. And we're going to put in my 2 jalapeno peppers and my onion. We're also going to add a can of just regular Rotel. And then we're going to add in about 1/4 cup of ketchup. And we're also going to add in some bacon grease, which I have some in this jar. I'm going to put a good couple of spoonfuls. And we also want to put in some salt. And I'm not sure how much. I'm just going to kind of, I don't know, put that much. Okay, I have it over here inside of my Instant Pot, the actual thing. And I filled this up pretty full because beans, you know, use a lot of water when they're cooking. And I want to make sure they all get done good because sometimes the ones on top are not always done. So I was talking to my mother-in-law and she said I should probably fill it up really good. So I filled it all the way up to the max line in here. And I'm going to go ahead and seal it up if I can get it on here right. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to turn it on, pressure cook on high for 45 minutes actually. That's good. So now it should start. Hey y'all, we are going to make some beef empanadas. I have never made empanadas. So right now I have a pound of ground beef in my frying pan, and then I also have around a quarter of a cup of onion chopped up, and then I have a half of a bell pepper. So I'm going to put this in and we're going to cook this along with our meat until it's brown. I also have my if I can speak, also have my oven preheated to 350 because we're going to bake these once we get the meat done. So first I'm going to brown the meat, and then we're going to add in some seasoning, and then I will be right back. Okay y'all, I have the meat done, so I'm going to kind of drain the little bit of grease that's left in here. Okay y'all, I drained off what grease was in here. Now we're going to add in some seasoning. We're going to add in a teaspoon of cumin. I have right here. I'm also going to add in a teaspoon of chili powder. We're going to add in a teaspoon of minced garlic. And then we're going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And now we're going to just kind of mix this up for about, I don't know, for about 2 minutes. Sorry. I was looking at my recipe and all of a sudden I accidentally went back on my phone. So I'm going to mix this up really well. I'm going to remove this from the heat right now and get everything ready for the next step. Okay y'all, now I have a package with 2 of the ready to bake pie crusts, and we're going to take those out, and I'm going to roll out one of them to begin with. Oops. I don't know why that did that. I've never worked with anything like this, so I don't know what I'm doing. So, it kind of, I don't know what happened. Well, it's like that. I have this bowl here, and I'm going to try to cut out, it said to use a cereal bowl size, so that's my plan to see if I can do it. Okay. So we're going to try to trace like 3 of these. Okay, so let's see if I can. I'm going to take this and kind of put it back together and try to make one more out of it. Now I'm going to get the other one. Now I'm going to spoon a couple of teaspoons or tablespoons of the meat into the center of each of the pie crust. almost forgot. You want to sprinkle some cheese inside of here. Let's see. Now, some of it may fall out because I may have too much in here. This is my first one, so I may take meat out of the others now that I realize I may have too much meat. And we're going to want to use our fork to shut it. And I think this one's too full, so this one might be. This one's my learning. I'm learning from this one. And over here, I have a baking sheet with parchment paper on it that I'm going to set these on. I think I'm going to take some of the meat. I'll throw it over here back in my pan. We'll just have some meat on the side that we'll eat. See if this is going to be better. Hopefully these turn out well. Okay, I have one egg that I'm going to beat up here. Here are my empanadas. They are not the prettiest thing ever. This is, sorry y'all, this is definitely out of my comfort zone. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna brush the tops of each of these with this egg. And I hope I'm doing it right, y'all, really. If you have any tips for how to do these empanadas in the future, let me know. Because I didn't beat that up good enough. Okay, y'all, now I have my oven preheated to 350. We're going to stick these in here for about 12 to 15 minutes until they are golden on top. Okay, y'all, I think I put way too much water in here, but they're done. I may end up draining some of this juice or straining some of it out, just because, man, that's a lot of water. Actually, since I'm gonna reheat this meat, I'm gonna pour a little bit of that juice in this meat, just to give it a little something. And I figure we can eat some of this on the side if those empanadas are not enough for us. Hey, Adrienne, tell me how you like. Okay, I know what you don't like. You don't like the tomatoes that I put in there, the rotel. I was trying something different. But do you like the beans other than that? Because I know you went back for more.
I love the beans.
What do you think of the empanada?
On my honest opinion, I do not like it.
You don't like it? Okay,
It's
that's
just
fine.
not.
It's a little plain?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But yeah.
That's fair. Okay, Courtney, how do you like the beans? Well, you don't like the tomatoes either, huh?
I think they're good though. The empanadas they're good. Like they're pretty simple though.
Well, for the future,
I like
if
the
I make
crunch.
these again, I might, I don't know, I need to put more, I don't know, they kind of taste a little bit drier, I guess. If they need something in them.
They're pretty
Queso.
simple.
You need cheese on top of it. Queso.
Did you like the empanadas though? I mean,
Yeah, they taste good.
if they had, I think if we dipped them in something,
If you put cheese sauce over the top.
well, that would have been good. What about the beans? Are you okay with them?
Yeah.
Okay, and my opinion is empanadas, they're not bad, but they're missing something. And then the beans, of course, to me they're okay. I don't mind the tomatoes. When my mother-in-law makes them, they taste better. So, but I think it's because I put too much liquid. But hey, something different out of my comfort zone, especially working with pie dough crust or whatever. Hey y'all, tonight we're gonna make an easy sheet pan meal. I've got about, well actually there's 7 small potatoes. They're russet potatoes. I'm gonna cut these into pieces, put them into my bowl over here, and I'm actually using my small tripod because I was vlogging today and I didn't want to have to change the camera out. So I'm gonna quickly cut these up first. have a little bit of an onion that I'm going to use up. I have some Eckrich smoked sausage. I'm going to start out with one. I have 2 packages, but we're going to start with one. Let's see how much that gives. I'm going to go ahead and open this other one up too. Okay, y'all. Now I'm going to add in some seasonings. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of oregano. This is actually a half a teaspoon, so I'm doing it twice. And then we're going to put in a teaspoon of basil. We're going to put in about a half a teaspoon of salt. And let's see what else I want to put in. And about a half a teaspoon of pepper. And then I'm going to sprinkle in some paprika, which is brand new, so I need to open it just a second. Okay. And then I've got some olive oil. I'm going to kind of drizzle some of that in there. And now I'm going to get a spoon and we're going to mix it. Okay, now I'm going to spray this foil lined pan with some non-stick cooking spray, and then we're going to just try and pour all this onto here. Spread this out a little better, so okay, so got it all done. Like, I have my oven preheated to 375, and we're going to put this in here and we're going to let it cook for about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to try to remember to stir it every 15 to 20 minutes. So that's the plan. Oh, okay, y'all, it's done. I let it cook for 45 minutes, and actually I forgot to stir it because I had been working on my husband's truck, cleaning it and shampooing it, and lost track of time. So we're gonna sit down and eat this. Kiki, how do you like this easy sheet pan supper?
It's good.
It really is. Bryce added cheese to his. How is it?
It's good.
With his phone.
Cheese.
And Adrian.
Is great.
Great. You went back for seconds.
Yeah.
I actually did too. But I already ate them. All right. That's a good one, I think. Easy.